Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the most significant video games of the last 30 years. In my view, its creation is possibly one of the most outstanding achievements in video gaming history. I'm going to be playing through from the start of the story mode. You'll see the edited highlights here to make it a little bit more suitable for a general audience. So it all starts off with a bank raid. You're picked straight into it. It acts as a bit of a tutorial level, but it also really sets out the whole stall of GTA 5. It's fairly brutal, as you can see. We've got some hostages, which is not particularly nice. It's one of those things that, you know, in real life would be absolutely horrendous. Even though the graphics are not, by today's standards, the best you'll ever see, you know, there's quite a powerful narrative going on here, and you notice that as a player, I'm having to get those hostages to go into the room by targeting them with my gun. Okay, they're all in there. That's nice. So I can now detonate the explosives to hopefully open the safe and get the money that is inside. So there we are. We'll dial any moment now. There we go. So we have got into the safe. So now we need to go in, and we can see on the mini-map where we've got to go. So you can see that this is introducing us to the main game elements, one step at a time. Even though I say the graphics are not, by today's standards, the best you'll ever see, I think they're generally pretty decent. Certainly in 2003, they were something to behold. I'm just going to have a quick look at the settings here. So you can see we've got a whole range of settings. The one I'm going to change here is the look-in version. I know, I'm sorry, I'm one of those weird people that has the look inverted. There we are, that should be a little bit more comfortable for me now. Not quite sure why I didn't pick it up from the global console settings, but there we go. So let's go into the safe now. That all seems to be working nice and properly. Oh, look, a big stack of cash in the corner. Right, we've grabbed that cash. Hold A to run. You see, so there are a few differences, because the common convention nowadays, of course, would be to click the left analog stick down. But no. Oh, RB to take cover, it says in the top right. No, try the top left. But, now I think I missed that when I was playing this through. This is an edit. Obviously, I've taken out a lot of the swear words. It won't surprise you to know that that took quite a long time to do. They're prompting me, so if you don't do what you're supposed to do straight away, they do prompt you. And there are a few rich choices of language in their prompting as well. So, yeah, just remind myself it's RB. So once I'm down, now we can try and effect our escape. $178,500 apparently, according to the bottom right there. So, quick, let's get out. But unfortunately, the alarms have been set off. So if I open the shutter door, just go over to it, and it seems it's decided I'm going to open it. And up in the top right, I've got some stars. I appear to be wanted, which is no surprise. So a lot of this is, you've got this mix of gameplay and also the mix of a few standard scenes. Now I've got aim assist on, so I'm just literally just coming out of cover and aiming. My accomplice seemed to put his head in the way then for some reason. And again, you know, this is something, you know, in a game, is it harmless fun? Or, you know, I'm shooting cops here. You know, this is an incredibly serious thing that you would do in real life. Not something that I would go anywhere near considering, you know, even just committing crime. But in a game, well, you know, there's a lot of discussion, isn't there? Does this normalise it? Well, okay, we've managed to get past that first load of cops. We're getting a little bit more up close and personal with the cops now. Oh, there's another one there. Let's just get off a few preemptive shots here. The auto aim is making life a little bit easier. I think because it's a game, it doesn't feel like real life. You know, you don't stop to think what you're actually doing. Now there's my ride. I think I spotted another cop car just arriving to the right, but there is my ride out of here. Of course, You'd never not have a getaway vehicle for this sort of thing. Yep, everyone else get in. Off we go. Let's see if we can make our escape. I have a horrible feeling we won't be able to make our escape very easily because I think the cops know. Oh, there they are. And we've used deadly force. Oh, and one of our numbers is going to also use deadly force now, so I suspect the cops are going to do the same. Oh, that was unfortunate. You wouldn't want to be the guy that fell out. Oh, there we are. The cops have gone into a tree. So we're home and dry. Well, we're not in a cutscene anymore, hence the slightly dodgy driving. The driving was never quite as seamless as the sort of driving experience in something like Forza Horizon series. It was always a little bit more twitchy. I'm not quite sure why. I think it was the way the controls worked, whether there was no easing on the sensitivity. Oh, almost hit the tractor, but not quite. Planes above in the sky. I was going to just be looking at the nice scenery there, but we've been distracted because there was a roadblock. There's a train coming. I will just get across, but not quite. Now, this is a little bit later on in the game, once we've had the introduction. I have to say that these two people, they are really, really potty-mouthed. It took a long time to take out a lot of the choice words. If the soundtrack goes quiet for a little while, which it will here, that's because it's easier just to take out their entire conversation than trying to catch each and every inappropriate word. So what we're doing is we're repo men. We are getting cars that people have not made the payments on and taking them back to the dealer. Now, look, I've gone into first person mode, and why would that truck cut across me like that? That's really annoying. So I'm allowed to take this car. I'm repossessing it, but now again you can see, I think first person mode in the car view in a vehicle. I'm sure once I get used to it again, it'll be fine, but it's a little bit of a job, it has to be said. At the moment it feels a little bit twitchy. I mean, it looks horrendous. I think I'd be pretty sick. Now I'm just checking on the mini-map down in the bottom left where my friend is, because I've got to be with him. I've got to catch up and stay with him. Look, if I go left here, then I can hang a right just up here, and we should then try not to hit that tree. We should see him up ahead somewhere. Oh, cars coming across. They do like to just dive across. Well, I suppose it was their right of way, but we're criminals, and I think in general criminals probably don't have quite as much respect for the rules of the road. I think my friend went down here. Here we go. There he is. He's turned right up there. I think we're going to go through a movie studio. Here we go. So that's all well and good. A little bit later on now, I think this is my car. So look, I'm not having to evade or do anything. Look, I can just pootle around, and I'm making my way to my safe house. Now, it's not marked as such on the map. This is my first little foray to my safe house. And look, I've got a drive. I can go into my drive. I think that will be quite nice. There we are. Look, nicely does it. Oh, save vehicles by parking them in the garage. The garage obligingly opening there for me. That's lovely. Let's just park it in here. Managed not to hit the back wall as well. So I'm in my safe house, and we'll have no doubt some expletive-filled dialogue. But this is where I can come. One of the key things about a safe house is that you can save your game progress there. So let's do that. So once he's gone. Oh, and I've now got barber shops. Of course, in lockdown, or just after lockdown, that excites me more than perhaps it would have done normally. So my safe house is now designated as a safe house. That's fantastic, and I can go in. And one of the great things about GTA 5 is just the richness of the environment, as I said in my other video. So even in the safe house, it's not bare. It's not, it's just functional. There's all sorts of little details that I absolutely love. Just the posters on the wall, bits on the bed, just the bits lying around in the bedroom here. If you go onto the bed, that effectively saves your progress. You've also got the wardrobe, so you can customise your character. I think I didn't include that in this video, but I think I did a little bit of customisation. There we are, we've passed that mission. We've got a score, probably pretty bad because I'm not that good at this sort of game, but there we go. And here we are. So inside my house, got all sorts of things I can do. There we are. I can watch TV, for example. I can have a smoke while I'm watching TV if I want to shorten my life. I can change the channel and watch different things on TV. So again, it's this richness and attention to detail. If you just even look at the things around, the lava lamp on the left, the candle, you know, it's just really feeling like a rich environment. You know, there's stuff to do everywhere. You could actually just sit here and watch television. Not quite sure how appropriate some of that was. It was Halo themed, if I identified that correctly. You can boost your health. You can go into the kitchen. You can have things to eat and drink, which is pretty good. There's a health pack if I needed it. I don't think I particularly need any extra health. And if we have a little look around the house here, it's not a big house, but it's big enough, I suppose. Again, just all of the detailing is absolutely superb. I don't think I'm going to have that bit. Now, you see, it's goading me to drink a beer, and I think if I drink beer, I'm going to get drunk, and that might affect what I can do. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember now because it's a number of years since I played this. Is that going to impair my character's judgment or abilities in any way? I bet it will. So look, a little utility closet there. Yeah, we've got the doors we could go through there, back into that room. Now, what's this? Ah, a bathroom. And again, well, I like the detail. I'm not sure anyone might have bought a bathroom in that colour, but you never know. So a really nice little environment here with lots of things to do. And I've got the phone, so you press the up on the D-pad and you've got things you can do, useful things on the phone. So let's get back to the phone. It's even got, now in terms of the richness of what is provided, you've even got like a little GTA web. So using my phone, I can go onto the web, and some of the businesses that you'll see in the game have actually got their own website here. And if you go, you could spend ages just reading through. It's pretty satirical, quite amusing in many places, not perhaps very politically correct, but I think that probably comes with the territory. I think when you buy GTA 5, you've got a pretty good idea it's not going to be politically correct, haven't you? We've got a browser here that seems to be functioning pretty well. I'm just using this. This is on a console, so I'm not using a mouse for that, but it's working pretty well. Fashion and health, and all of these are satirical takes, of course, on real brands. And you'll see these brands all over the world, all over the Grand Theft Auto world. So some of those brands you'll see on advertising hoardings and things as you drive around and walk around in the world. So lots to do other than the missions. The missions are part of it, but there is so much else that's here in the world, the richness. Now, as I've been doing all of that, you can see that night has fallen in the city here. So we'll have a little look round, and oh, welcome back to the social club. That's very nice of you. I've also got some stunt plane time trials. Phone, yep, seems to work. Here we are. We've got a call from Simeon here. He's the guy that gives us our repo jobs. What's he going to say? Hopefully he's not going to swear too much. Yeah, we need to go back to him and we need to get another job. So let's jump in the car and we can go and get more jobs. So this is the next job, and we're going to see if we can repossess another vehicle that Simeon has sold to somebody, and for whatever reason they've not paid their dues, they've not kept up with their repayments on the loan that they've taken out on that vehicle. Now, as I'm just driving around the city here, again, it's not an empty city. it's not just a case of other vehicles, but maybe, well, I was going to say you've got pedestrians. There's a pedestrian there. The density of pedestrians seems to depend on the neighbourhood. You can see we've got different neighbourhoods. This is obviously not quite as nice a neighbourhood. We've got a lot of litter on the ground there. Didn't want that woman to step out in front of me. You see, I can't turn off not wanting to be a criminal. I know I should just have, if she'd stepped out in front, I could have just knocked her over. Although that would have made me wanted. And that's not something that I would particularly have liked. So what we're doing here is we are going to repossess a motorbike. So we've got to get over this gate here. Fairly easy to climb over. And oh, there'll be some. Yeah, you see, this looks a bit like a back alley. This is not a reputable place, is it? This is not the sort of place you come for fine dining and intelligent conversation, unfortunately. Well, let's try and blend in, so if you can. I think my character is probably blending in better than I would personally blend into anywhere like this. So let's just wander down. I think the garages are near the end here, but on my mini-map, of course, I'm following Lamar. So we followed him right down to the end. Yeah, we need to search for garages, so the motorbike is going to be in one of these. So let's have a look. Again, one of the things I just like, you know, it's all the signage, for everything, just the detail that you find everywhere. This is a rich environment. I will confess that I am playing this on an Xbox Series X. That may be doing a few nice things to the graphics, but you know, it's still perhaps got that flavour of the 2013 game. Oh dear, we've gone to all the garages. We can't find the bike, but what we have found is trouble. These guys don't look very happy, do they? In fact, I've had to, oh dearie me, my accomplice seems to have shot somebody. Why would you do that? Let's get that weapon, and we'll bring up the weapon wheel. We'll arm ourselves with this weapon that someone has dropped. Take out the people in this gang. So again, my aim assist is coming in quite handy here. Oh, yep, got him. Just near the portaloo. Now, up there, can you see up top there's that gas cylinder, and I just want to know, yeah, you see, if I shoot that, that's looking pretty good. The whole lot comes down and I can kill several people at once. I don't mind killing these guys. These really are bad guys, aren't they? These are clearly some sort of rival gang. It's not quite as bad as being a cop killer. You'll also notice that all the bad guys show as red dots on my mini-map. I think my angle's a bit wrong there, unfortunately, but oh, there's a bit more to worry about down at street level now. We've got a few more people here. Let's just get those. Lovely. Now, if I come under here, the guy up top won't be able to get me. Anyway, that goes on, and we managed to effect an escape. But the motorbike has sped off. So we're now pursuing the motorbike. Seems to be daytime again. I think dawn occurred in the bit that I've just missed out there. Oh, that was a very small car, but just hitting it seems to have unsettled my car a little bit. That was a nice car we've just overtaken there. I'm not a huge fan of the third-person driving experience, but I have to say it does seem a little bit easier to control this car than it did to control the car in first-person view. Is that him? There he is. There he is ahead in that white t-shirt, just up ahead there. And I'm in cinematic mode, so I've pressed B, and it's slowing things down a little bit. And this should make it easier to shoot him off the bike. Well, I do shoot him off the bike, and I'm now back on the bike myself. So I've got to bring that bike back to where I got it from. I've got to bring that bike back to the dealership, the guy that has paid me, or will pay me, I hope, to repo that bike. Notice on my mini-map, I think I end up going around the entire island, so it's 5 miles away. So we're just going to stay on this road. The scenery change here is quite interesting, quite nice. Again, it's a different environment, but we've still got loads and loads of detail. You know, the little rumble strips on the side of the road, the different road surfaces, just, you know, nature there. I'm so looking forward to a Grand Theft Auto 6 that maybe looks spectacular on next-gen consoles, on Series X and PS5. That would be absolutely fantastic. Every now and again we get little rumours of GTA 6. Okay, so let's just soak in some of the atmosphere of the island that we are on here. Again, all of the road surfaces, the signage looking good. We've got a biplane up there, I notice, which we get to actually fly biplanes later on in the game, I believe, if I remember rightly. A lot of the vehicles, of course, they are based on real vehicles, but they can't actually call them those vehicle names in the game. So let's continue along here, and we'll continue again, just looking at the atmosphere, just the little things at the side of the road, things like, you know, there was a house earlier on with "for sale" painted on the roof, just like people do in these sorts of environments. It's looking a little bit more Nevada-y, if that is a word, which I don't think it is. A bit more like Southern California. Now, we've jumped forward a little bit because there was rather a lot of driving to get done there. And we're now in the next part. We've got to repossess a car. And we're repossessing it from this rather well-to-do house. So I've just vaulted over the garden gate there. Let's just take out the gardener. Must be nice to have staff, but unfortunately this person, it's not his lucky day. There we are. So I've used a stealth takedown. So I'm in stealth mode, which is what you do get when you click the left analog stick. Now, I believe I have to get... He told me that I wouldn't be able to get in the garage. Let's just check, because I don't... Everyone's a criminal. You can't believe what they say. No, I can't get in there. So let's go and see if I can find a way into the house. So I can't believe... Well, let's just try the door. Some people might have accidentally left it open. No, it's not open. So let's have a little look around the house. I don't want to be seen. That's the main thing. There are people in the house. It's not abandoned. And they can't see me. So I've got to stay in stealth mode. I know that the car is in that garage. Now this looks like an opportunity here. And look, a prompt. We can climb onto the car and then onto the roof using our climb button, our X. And let's get up there. And I think as soon as I get... I can hear some of the occupants inside having a bit of a heated discussion. Although, again, some rather choice language. So we've had to censor some of that. So let's get in through that window. Avoid alerting the residents. Yes, I'm not sure what would happen if I alert the residents. I suspect there are more of them than me. So it's probably bad. So I want to get into that garage. So I'm going to need to go downstairs. I'm assuming the garage is on floor level. There we are. So let's just wander down the stairs here. Nice and quietly. There we go. Beautifully quietly. Ooh, now they seem to be having a bit of an interesting time in there. So we will get into the garage here. Fantastic. There we are. We're in the car. And what we can do now is drive it off. So I've now got to get this car back to the dealership again. Oh, almost hit the tree, but managed not to. That's good. Here is Simeon, our employer.
Hey, Simeon, I got the ride,
So
man.
let's let him know that we have been successful. We've got the car. We're on our way back. You can see in the mini-map where we've got to go. Getting a little bit better at driving now in the game, even though it's third person. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. A nasty surprise. There is someone else in the car that we've just taken, and he doesn't like the fact that we've taken that car. Okay, so clearly it would appear that Simeon, our erstwhile employer, is not entirely 100% above board. So I think, well, we're being told to take this car back. So we'll do that. Look, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to attract too much unwanted attention. If I attract the attention of the police, then that's probably bad. So let's just drive like... There we are. Just drive like there's no problem at all. Now, oh, this is a problem with side roads. They're a little bit annoying. I want to go. Look, I want to go right. I want to go. Oh, look, that post blocked by that lorry there. Okay, now if we cut through some of the traffic, we've got to go through that dealership window. We're being told to do it at gunpoint, so I think we should do it. And there we are. We've driven the car back. Oh, Simeon isn't happy. He's definitely not happy. Loads of expletives I've had to get rid of there. Yes, look, you've damaged the car and you've driven through the window. Ah, thank you. We've got some money. The guy that has given us the task has given us some money. All right, we've got to beat up Simeon. So, again, we're a little bit of a tutorial here. We're learning how to melee. I'm sure if I just press enough buttons repeatedly enough, that should hopefully sort him out. Oh, he's quite a good fighter, isn't he, this guy? So this is a new character. This is Michael. And I think he's going to be somewhat unkind to Simeon, who was ripping off his son. So that was a car that his son had. And, yeah, there's lots of expletive-filled commentary there from Michael, who seems to be hitting him with a car door. But what this will do is it's going to increase the strength stat of the character, which of course is pretty good. So, yeah, tell him that you don't really like what he's doing. That's perfectly fair enough under the circumstances. Yeah, you don't want to go there again. You don't want him to cross you again. It's left a bit of a mess. Out we go. And we've now changed character. We've now become the character Michael. We don't have to stay the character Michael, but we can do. And you can also see that we had some hobbies and pastimes that had become available to us, which was pretty good. So where these hobbies and pastimes are, well, they should now all be on the map. So in the settings menu, you can see the bits where you've been and most of the city is showing, and the bits where you haven't been, the bits to discover, are not greyed out. They're just not there at the moment. And you can see the sort of, look, we've got tennis clubs here. Oh yes, that was the barber shop that was told to us earlier on. The question marks are missions. You can see we've got a range if we want to do a shooting range. Ah, now look, this, I don't think I've ever done the fairground ride. That I will have to do at some point. So yeah, that's all looking pretty good. We've got custom car now. Oh, I can see the checkered flag just there. I think the cable car, that'll take us up to the top of a mountain there. So lots of things to do. Like I say, this is not an empty world. This is a world full of stuff to do. And that is what makes it absolutely fantastic. That you don't have to do the missions at all if you don't want to. You could actually just play around in the world. Although, of course, the more missions you do, the more gets unlocked. If you enjoy reminiscing about classic video games and also enjoy watching the playthrough of them, then please subscribe to my channel. There's a link on screen now and also a button on the homepage of my channel. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye for now.